Hey, Culers! If you're here, it's because you've got Barca in your blood, just like me. Today, we're talking about 3 topics that make the Camp Nou shake, or tremble. 3 decisions that could change everything. 3 stories that capture what it truly means to be May's K1 club. So get comfortable, because we're diving deep into the stakes, emotions, and challenges facing our club. And don't forget, like, share, and let me know what you think in the comments. Because Barca is all of us. Let's go. First, Fermin Lopez, the fight for the soul of La Masia. A talent who embodies Barca's identity. Fermin Lopez. You're starting to recognize that name, and for good reason. This 22-year-old midfielder is becoming the symbol of a generation. Trained at La Masia, he has everything we love in a Barca player. Talent, of course, but also that relentless drive to win, that almost mystical connection with the shirt, and an understanding of the game that few players possess. When he steps onto the pitch, you can see in his eyes what it means to wear these colors. He didn't get here by accident. He's here because he worked, sweated, and dreamed his way to this moment. And now, he's finally starting to shine. But here's the problem. An offer of 80 million euros has arrived. 80 million euros, Culers. A sum that turns heads, makes executives salivate, and could solve a lot of financial problems. But at what cost? Why Fermin isn't just any player. Fermin isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. He's the culmination of years of training, sacrifice, and the philosophy that makes Barca a club like no other. He's a player who climbed the ranks step by step, earned his place in a dressing room full of stars, and is finally beginning to show his full potential. Selling him now would be like ripping a page out of our history before it's even written. Some will say 80 million euros is too good to refuse. That the market is ruthless, that the club needs money to rebuild. But do we really understand what we'd lose by letting him go? Because Fermin isn't just a talented player. He's a symbol. A symbol of La Masia, which has produced legends like Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta for decades. If we start selling our gems before they reach their prime, we lose more than a player, we lose part of our DNA. The hidden cost of a rushed sale. Losing Fermin wouldn't just mean losing a promising player. It would send a disastrous message to every young player at La Masia. No matter how hard you work, you might still be sacrificed for financial gain. La Masia is our soul, Culers. It's what makes us unique. It's what turned players like Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta into legends. If we sell our brightest talents before they fulfill their potential, we lose far more than a player. We lose part of who we are. And then there's the sporting side. Fermin isn't just any player. He understands Barca's game, breathes tiki-taka, and knows what it means to wear this shirt. In an ambitious project like Hansi Flick's, players like him are irreplaceable. He has the perfect profile to become a cornerstone of the team for years. Selling him now would be shooting ourselves in the foot. A strong message for the future. Let's keep Fermin, not just for what he is today, but for what he can become tomorrow. Let's keep him to show the world that Barca believes in its youth, protects its talents, and builds its future instead of selling it to the highest bidder. Because great clubs aren't built by selling their promises, they're built by nurturing them. Imagine Fermin in 5 years, a leader of this team, lifting trophies with Barca, and writing his name into the club's history. Do we really want to give that up for 80 million euros? Money comes and goes. Legends are built. The mistakes of the past. Remember Thiago Alcantara? Another La Masia gem, sold too soon to Bayern Munich. To this day, many Culers regret that decision. Because Thiago was more than a player. He was a symbol. A homegrown talent who understood our game, our identity. Selling him was a mistake, and we're still paying for it. Fermin is the same story repeating itself. But this time, we have a choice. We can say no. We can show that some things are priceless. The pressure from the fans. And then there's you, the supporters. The ones who chant his name at the Camp Nou, who see him as the future of the club. You deserve better than watching your hopes sold to the highest bidder. You deserve a team that fights for its values, for its identity. Yes, 80 million euros is a lot. But is it worth sacrificing our soul? Is it worth risking years of regret? Conclusion: Fermin must stay. Barca isn't just any business. We're not a club that sells its jewels to the highest bidder. We are May's K1 club, an institution where values matter as much as results. Fermin represents that identity, that bridge between past and future. Letting him go would be a betrayal of everything we stand for. So, Culers, let's stand together and say it loud and clear: Fermin is not for sale. Second, Pierro Hinkipe, the defender who could change everything. A perfect fit for Flick. If Fermin embodies the future of La Masia, Pierro Hinkipe represents the perfect opportunity to strengthen a defense that has often shown its weaknesses in recent seasons. At just 23 years old, this Ecuadorian center-back already has the makings of a great, exceptional game reading, the ability to anticipate opponents' attacks, and a composure in build-up play that recalls Barca's greatest defenders. Hinkipe isn't a gamble. He's an experienced player who has proven his worth in the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen. He has the ideal profile to adapt to Flick's style: fast, intelligent, capable of playing a high line and contributing to the build-up. Above all, he possesses something rare in young players: defensive maturity far beyond his years. Why Barca must do everything to sign him. Signing Hinkipe wouldn't just strengthen the defense. It would send a clear message: Barca is back, and it's recruiting smartly. This wouldn't be a media stunt, it would be a strategic decision made for the long term. With him, Araujo and Christensen could form a solid defensive partnership, capable of competing with the best defenses in Europe. Picture him calming the game, launching attacks, and becoming a leader at the back. It's not a dream, it's a very real possibility. The challenges of negotiation. Of course, the negotiation won't be easy. Bayer Leverkusen has no reason to let him go for a bargain price. But when a player truly wants to join Barca, mountains move. And Hinkipe? He dreams of wearing the Blaugrana shirt. Joan Laporta has already proven he can unlock complicated deals. With a little patience and determination, this transfer could become a reality. And then there's the symbolic aspect. Recruiting such a talented young player shows that Barca remains an attractive destination for the world's best talents. An investment for the decade. Hinkipe isn't a player for just one season. He's a player for the next 10 years. A defender who can grow with the club, become a leader and a symbol. Imagine him alongside Araujo, forming a complementary, solid, and fearsome pair. Imagine him lifting trophies with Barca and making his mark on the club's history. And then there's the economic aspect. Hinkipe won't cost a fortune. He's a smart investment, a player who can deliver far more than his price tag, both on the pitch and in terms of the club's image. The impact on the team. His arrival would have an immediate effect on the team: a stronger, more organized, and more confident defense. A player who understands the game, communicates well, and can help the younger players improve. That's exactly what Barca needs to return to its former glory. A message to Europe. Signing Hinkipe would also send a message to Europe: Barca is back, and it's ready to fight its way back to the top. It wouldn't just be a reinforcement, it would be a statement of intent. So, Culers, let's dream a little. Imagine Hinkipe at the Camp Nou, proudly wearing the shirt and becoming a cornerstone of the team. It's not a dream, it's a very real possibility. And it's up to us to seize it. Third, Aymeric Laporte, the dream, finally, within reach. A golden opportunity. Sometimes, the market gives us gifts. And Aymeric Laporte is one of them. Free from any contract, experienced, technical, and, most importantly, available for minimal cost, the French-Spanish defender could be the missing piece Barca needs to regain its defensive solidity. Laporte is experience personified. He's a player who has won it all: the Premier League with Manchester City and titles with the Spanish national team. He knows the big games, the pressure, and the stakes. He understands what it means to play at the highest level. And above all, he has always dreamed of wearing the Barca shirt. Why his arrival would be a masterstroke. With Laporte, Flick would finally have a defender capable of leading the backline, calming the game, and launching attacks with precision. He's a player who understands football, knows when to take risks, and when to stay solid. And best of all, he comes for free, a bargain in a market where prices have gone wild. Some might doubt his level after his time in Saudi Arabia. But class is permanent. Laporte has always been an exceptional defender, and he still has great years ahead of him. His arrival would send a strong signal: Barca is recruiting smartly, Barca is recruiting to win. A leader in the dressing room. Beyond his technical qualities, Laporte would bring something priceless: leadership. A player who communicates, organizes, and motivates. A player who knows what it means to be a Cule. With him, the young defenders from La Masia would have a role model to follow, someone to guide and help them grow. A telling recruitment. If Barça manages to sign Laporte, it won't just be a smart move on the sporting front. It will also send a message to all of Europe: Barça is back, and it's ready to fight its way back to the top. Imagine him at the Camp Nou, wearing the shirt with pride, becoming a leader both on and off the pitch. It would prove that the club can still attract big names, even in difficult times. The emotional aspect. And then there's the emotional side. Laporte is a player who has always been linked to Barça. His arrival would feel like a homecoming. It would prove that the club can still attract top talent, even in tough times. A smart recruitment. Economically, it's a risk-free operation. No transfer fee, a controlled salary, and a player who can bring so much. This is exactly the kind of recruitment Barça needs to rebuild without breaking the bank. A bright future. With Laporte, Hinkipe, and Araujo, Barça would finally have a defense that matches its ambitions. A solid, experienced defense capable of competing with the best teams in Europe. A defense that could be the key to our return to the top. So, Culers, let's dream a little more. Imagine this defense in action, imagine the trophies, imagine Barça dominating once again. It's not a dream, it's a real possibility. And it's up to us to seize it. Microphone conclusion. Barça at a crossroads. There you have it, Culers. 3 topics, 3 decisions that will shape the future of the club. 3 choices that show who we truly are: a club that sells its talents, or a club that fights for its dreams. Let's keep Fermin, because he represents everything we love about this club. Let's sign Hinkipe, because he embodies the future. And let's seize the Laporte opportunity, because it might not come again. Barça is more than just a team. It's a passion, an identity, a family. And it's up to us to decide which path we want to take. So, tell me, what do you think? Do we sell Fermin? Do we go all in on Hinkipe and Laporte? The future of Barça is in our hands. And don't forget, as always, Visca el Barça. Like, share, and let me know what you think in the comments. Because Barça is all of us.